Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Pauper Ponderings. As always, I am Austin, and as always, I'm brought to you by The Mana Base. Make sure you check us out online, www.themanabase.com. And this week, we have a particularly, I want to say, spicy brew. I don't even know if we call it spicy. It's got a lot of heat to it in the form of a bunch of creatures that, even if you touch them, you're probably going to die. So we are playing Dimir Longbow. So the deck gets its name by being the colors blue and black, obviously, being the Dimir Guild, and then also being centered around the card Viridian Longbow. So what does this card do? It's an equipment, it costs 1, and it equips for 3, and it gives the equipped creature tap. This creature deals 1 damage to a creature or player. So now, what can we do with that? Well, we can try and turn all of our creatures into Visara the Dreadful. If you are familiar with Visara the Dreadful, it's a card from Onslaught. It's 3 black for a 5/5 flyer, and you can tap to destroy target creature. So what we're trying to do is assemble ourselves an array of Visaras. So to do that, we have 4 copies of Typhoid Rats. It's 1 black for a 1/1 Death Touch. Pretty straightforward, a good ground blocker, but then in the mid to late game with Viridian Longbow, we can just start shooting down creatures. We have 4 Pharika's Chosen, which is essentially just the same card as Typhoid Rats. We have 2 Tidehollow Strix. It's a 2-mana 2/1 with Death Touch and Flying. So this is going to be one of the cards that we're hopefully going to actually do some damage with. And now we supplement those 12 creatures with 2 copies of Thorn of the Black Rose. This is a new addition to the Pauper format from Conspiracy. It's 3 and a black for a 1/3 with Death Touch, and then when it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. So the way the Monarch works is, at the end of your turn, if you're the Monarch, you draw a card, and you can steal a Monarch by dealing combat damage to the Monarch. So this card is going to be very, very good in our deck with all the creatures that we have and the ways to stop them from attacking us. This is, we're probably going to be able to become the Monarch and hold on to it and draw a lot of cards. So our main game plan is to make a mini Visara the Dreadful. How do we go about doing that? Well, we're playing blue, so that allows us to play 4 copies of Ponder. Pretty solid spell, I'd say. 4 copies of Predordain. I guess you want to call it its little brother or little sister or whatever, or maybe Predordain's like a cousin. I don't know, they're basically on the same power level. To get us to that spot, we're going to be playing 4 copies of Counterspell. Obviously, the dual decks Jace vs. Chandra version, because I know everyone loves that version. So this is kind of our filtering and our disruption, if you want. Then we have kind of our meaty spells, the spells that are going to help us win games where our plan A doesn't go 100% according to plan. We have 3 copies of Tandem Lookout. This is a card we've played in the past in Pauper Ponderings. So it's 3 and a blue for a 2/1 and has its Soulbound. So when it comes into play, you can pair it with a creature. And then when it's paired, the paired creatures have, whenever this creature deals damage to opponent, draw a card. Now it's very important, it says damage, not combat damage. So if we have Tandem Lookout paired with a creature that has Viridian Longbow, or the Tandem Lookout itself has Viridian Longbow on it, we can just tap to deal them a damage and to draw a card. So that's a cool little combo that we have. Now, we also have 4 copies of Trinket Mage. Obviously, it's the ridiculously terrible uncommon version from Scars of Mirrodin. I apologize for that, but I didn't feel like going to find 5th Dawn ones. Now, what Trinket Mage does is it actually finds us either Viridian Longbow, or it finds us Bonesplitter. And Bonesplitter is a way in the late game to actually turn our Death Touch creatures into legitimate threats. You know, turning our Tidehollow Strix into a 4/1 flyer, or our Pharika's Chosen into a 3/1, or Typhoid Rats into a 3/1, really does a good job of actually pressuring our opponent's life total. So this whole kind of package here, the Trinket Mage package, if you will, is quite decent in this deck, and I think it gives this deck a decent amount of mid to late game. Whereas, you know, other decks that are trying to do this, I think we've played a deck similar to this in the past, it was actually Temur, don't have the ability to kind of switch gears and turn into this mid-range beatdown deck. So the deck is pretty straightforward what we're trying to do. And again, we'd like to thank Reality Checker 27. He sent me this list. He's had a lot of success with it in the tournament practice room on Magic Online. So I'm hoping to do him proud here. We're not gonna try to jinx it by any means, but I do have a good feeling about this deck. It is Christmas after all. Coming into the sideboard, we have 4 copies of Dispel. Just a pretty solid counterspell. It's going to protect our creatures from any sort of, lightning bolts or any amount of nonsense removal spells they might have. 4 copies of Duress, because, again, who likes losing to blue-black control? 2 copies of Hydroblast for any sort of, red style, is it Blitz, if you will. We have 1 copy of Echoing Truth, just a good catch-all answer. We have 1 Freed from the Reel. This is actually a really cool combo card, and if we're playing against any deck that's going to go long against us, we can actually board this card in, and when you put Freed from the Reel on any one of our creatures, paired with a Tandem Lookout and a Viridian Longbow, it's essentially 1 blue draw card, deal them a damage. Or, better yet, if it's just the Death Toucher and Viridian Longbow, it's 1 blue, destroy target creature. So any sort of green-white matchup, I think Freed from the Reel is going to be quite powerful. On the other side, we have 1 copy of Echoing Decay. This is just good against a multitude of decks in the format. We've seen it be good against us in the past. It's going to hopefully be good for us today. We have 1 copy of Relic of Progenitus, just a good graveyard removal spell, and we have 1 copy of Nihil Spellbomb. I do like the variety in these 2 cards. Nihil Spellbomb is really good as a one-shot, being able to get your mana back very efficiently, whereas Relic is good if you have it early, you're able to just control their graveyard. The fact that we can play these cards is really aided by the fact that we have Trinket Mage in our main deck, because Trinket Mage is able to go and find these cards. I really actually like Trinket Mage in the format, and I wish that, I guess there was better options. I've actually tried to play a Trinket Mage deck before. It just really didn't work out. I was trying to play a bunch of kind of cool, interesting effects. I had a Relic main, I had Sylvok Lifestaff in the deck, but at the end of the day, it's just a little bit too underpowered for what we're trying to do. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy Dimir Longbow. Sorry I'm coming out on Friday and not Thursday. Kind of real life got in the way this week a little bit. There's also going to be no top 10 list this week, but don't worry. We have extra special Christmas episodes coming next week, so make sure you stick around for that. But without further ado, we may as well get into round number 1 of Dimir Longbow. I'll see you in just a couple seconds. 1. Alright guys, we are here for round number 1, playing some Dimir Longbow. I think this hand is fine. We're on the draw. Our opponent mulled to 6, possibly even 5 here. Ooh, possibly even 4 here. Schmieder, what are you doing, bud? What do you got? What do you got? Alright, so he kept 5. And let's see what they're on. Swamp, sure. So we're probably just going to lay this Dismal Backwater on turn 1. So another cool feature of the Trinket Mage is that, in a pinch, you just get to play a 1 of Seed of the Synod and a 1 of Vault of Whispers as just kind of you just turn your Trinket Mage into a Birchlaw Ranger. And sometimes, that's a pretty decent card, depending on the matchup. And it is nice that this card gives you that flexibility. Another swamp. I am digging the swamps from Schmieder here, for sure. Butcher Ghoul. Well, that guy... Oh no, we're drawing all our Trinket Mage targets. Alright, so we're gonna lead off with a Ponder. Swamp, well, definitely shuffling. Would like to shuffle. There is a swamp, so... I don't really want to discard a card, so I think I'm just going to run out a swamp and play, I guess, the Longbow, and then pass. So what is our opponent doing? Let us see. This card's pretty cool. Got a knife right in his form. Also, I hope you guys enjoy the fact that I am in a Nipwillian. As we all know how poorly last week went and how utterly devastating that Nipwillian was. If you haven't watched last week's episode with where I played Rakdos Dragons, be sure to go check that out, because I think I may have gotten hit for more damage from a Nipwillian than anyone in the history of Magic. So, you know what? This is my ode to Nipwillian. I'm inside it for this week. So, what is our opponent doing? He's probably like, oh, we're playing against blue-black control, but then I played Viridian Longbow, so... Maybe he's not as mad, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so there's a Sign in Blood from Schmieder into a Forest. Okay, well, Sign in Blood does a good job of catching up from mulligans, that is for sure. Butcher Ghoul is going to get in there for 1, I can only imagine, yeah. Plus down to 20. There's a Lonely Sandbar. So, I think I'm just going to play the Trinket Mage. Go and get, I guess, another Viridian Longbow, because I don't have really any other targets. Then, pass the turn, I guess. So, what is old Schmieder gonna do now? 5 cards in hand. I do like this forest as well. It unfortunately clashes a little bit with these swamps, but this swamp is just really nice. Man, this forest is just deadly living. Alright, so what is our opponent doing? The attacks definitely block, I think. No attacks, okay. We definitely need to draw a Death Toucher. Ooh, Putrid Leech. Very nice. Ooh. Well, Festering Mummy's good against us. That's for sure. Ooh, there's Typhoid Rats. Okay, well, I have to... kill this thing and then play Typhoid Rats, because if I do it the other way, then like he probably, I assume he has ways to sack the Festering Mummy, so like Trinket Mage is going to go to a 1/1. But like that's not the end of the world, and then we get Typhoid Rats, so I mean this is kind of okay. This is kind of what we want to be doing. Ooh, he sees our plan, I'm sure. So Typhoid Rats is good against the Putrid Leech. The question is, like, does he attack or not? And I'm not really sure if he does. I'm definitely not going to trade, because I have the Viridian Longbow, so he's going to have to do something to this Typhoid Rats, because I'm just going to start mowing his guys down. Let's see, right Jungle Hollow? Yeah, correct Jungle Hollow. This guy knows what he's doing. Okay. Yeah, so he sends in both guys, which is pretty much what we thought he would do. I am not going to block. And he's not going to pump. Okay. I like that. So... what does he have? Hopefully not a removal spell for Typhoid Rats. Ghoul Razor. No! Gets him back. The Festering Mummy. That's sad. So he's like a green-black zombies deck. This is pretty cool. Okay, so... well, there's Freakish Chosen, which is pretty good. Alright, so that means... to equip this... like that. Play this... play this. Return Swamp. I'm just going to shoot this thing now. But I'm not sure what he could have there, so I don't know. Maybe that was a little ambitious. The question here is, do I attack with the Trinket Mage? I don't think I do. I'm going to leave it back to block this Butcher Ghoul. So I think I definitely win the long game here, so it's just a matter of getting there. These mummies are going to be a problem, so I really need to start ripping more Death Touchers. Lonely Sandbar next turn, plus Viridian Longbow equip is good. I would like to draw something like a Thorn of the Black Rose. I think that would be like best draw, I think. I'm just going to go to attacks again. My Butcher Ghoul is definitely, or my Trinket Mage is definitely blocking Butcher Ghoul. I think I am the control deck in this spot. Yeah, so we're going to go down to 13. And Butcher Ghoul comes back. But now I'm going to have 2 Visaras online. Which has to be good. But he gets the zombie that kills both of my Visara Seers. Or my Visara the Dreadful. Did I say Visara Seer? I mean Visara the Dreadfuls. So Mummy's actually quite good against me. We just hope it doesn't have a sack outlet for it, because that would be terrible. All of my Death Touchers are actually turned off completely by that Mummy. Ooh, there's Thorn. That was a really good draw. Okay. So definitely jamming this thing. And it's a matter of, do we want... So if we play Thorn... I kill this, this thing blocks this, but then the Festering Mummy gets through. So I can play the Thorn. Thorn blocks Festering Mummy. This kills Putrid Leech. I have to let, I don't really want to let one of them through, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this. I think it just makes more sense to do it like this. And then I'm going to cycle this. Another Longbow. Probably better to have in play than a Bonesplitter at this point. So then I'm going to pass the turn. So next turn, I think it's better to play Thorn. This way, I'll be in an advantageous position when the Festering Mummy dies. Whereas if I played it now, then he definitely gets a guy through and he becomes the Monarch. So I just don't think it made a lot of sense to play it there. Now, if I'm able to survive this turn, I'll be in a much more advantageous situation. This is not very flavorful, I don't think. Attack with everybody. This one. See what happens. I don't want to put my guys into combat. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think there's a Blood Rush guy that does something for this. So we did have the Tragic Slip. There's nothing really I can do about that, so it is going to die. So now we'll see if he wants to pump this thing. I assume he doesn't pump. No. And I will take 1 and go to 12. And then hopefully we can start to take the game over. That is definitely plan A. Maybe it's even plan B at this point. Just playing it, it's a green and black zombie deck. These Festering Mummies are going to be a bit of a slog, but hopefully Thorn is able to just pull me ahead in this game. Ooh, another Ghoul Razor. What does he get back? He got Butcher Ghoul, sure. So there's Dimir Aqueducts. So we get to play the Thorn. So I become the Monarch. I'm going to play Dimir Aqueduct. That's a Swamp back to our hand. Now, we could draw Counterspell. Don't think it's really, like, gonna equip this to the Thorn, I guess. Draw a card. Dimir Aqueduct is not the best draw. So the good thing about Bonesplitter is that it makes our Thorn, you can kill the Festering Mummy. You just can't have too many more Ghoul Razors. Serrated Arrows is not good for us. Okay. Okay. This is definitely a little rough. I can't believe it. Alright. Alright, so we need to draw something. Tidehollow Strix is not the best for us. That is to be sure. But I mean, it's stuff to aim his serrated arrows at. Another one of these. Turn this. Play this. Equip it to. We just. Thorn. And then we're. Definitely equip. I don't think it. We're probably not going to draw Counterspell, so I'll just equip it here. It also just lets me deal a damage in a turn, which is okay. Draw another card. Okay, that's pretty much what we need to start doing. So we just need to continue to draw creatures off of this Thorn. We need it to really pull us ahead. Yep. Knew that was happening. Wade through all these serrated arrows. Oh no, another Festering Mummy. So many Festering. He still has Butcher. He has Butcher Ghoul and 2 unknowns in hand. There's the Butcher Ghoul, sure. I think I'm going to block it. Yeah, I'm going to block it. We may end up getting Tragic Slept here, but we are going to get Tragic Slept either way, so. So no fault there. We need to draw another guy, though. There's another guy. That's what we needed. Okay. So we're going to play Tidehollow Strix. The Trinket Mage. Which finds, I think, just Vault of Whispers now. But I think that's okay. At least it drew us a card. We can't be too upset. Okay. Then we're going to equip this one here. Tidehollow Strix is certainly dying. So just so long as we can continue to draw cards off of Thorn, I like our spot. We've pulled a lot of cards out of our deck. Island is not great. But we just need to continue to be the Monarch, and we'll be okay, I think. Serrated Arrows is a beating. The Serrated Arrows Butcher Ghoul combo was pretty funny. Yeah, bye-bye Tidehollow Strix. So the Serrated Arrows is hopefully dead. Hopefully he doesn't have another one. That would be really bad for us. Please, no more Serrated Arrows. It's the Festering Zombie back. And he draws a card. Man, we're just getting worked. Yep. Gory Rot Farm, sure. Luckily, we're up on time. I guess that's really, at this point, all we can really be happy about. Just in with the Butcher Ghoul. Deal it a damage. Still 3 cards in hand, which doesn't feel the greatest for us. There's a Barren Moore, which we are going to cycle. Need a spell. Dismal Backwater is certainly not what we wanted there. Well, that's alright. The Viridian Longbow is basically a nothing. I'm not attacking. Just going to draw a card and hope it's a good one. It was a little late, but that's alright. It's alright. So away goes the Serrated Arrows. Hopefully there's no way for him to get it back. Because that would be bad. Who would have thought the Festering Mummy Serrated Arrows deck is just so good against what we're trying to do? This is asinine. We should be so far ahead, but... Alright, so... we don't want him to become the Monarch, but our Thorn is going to die. Thorn is going to get 2 -1/-1 counters here. And away it goes. Oh, but we needed to continue to be the Monarch, so that's really the only way we're going to win this game. We just need him to not have Serrated Arrows. Or another Ghoul Raiser. 2 mana. Butcher Ghoul? Nope. 3 mana. No! Stop. Stop it. Please don't get back Festering Mummy. I beg of you. No. Oh, this is so ridiculous. Okay. So many Gravediggers. This is like, I don't know if this is the worst matchup we could have asked for, but It's certainly not good. Kill this, player 2 Death Touchers. Make our Trinket Mage a 1/1. Play out our 2 Death Touchers. Hopefully he doesn't have a removal spell for the Tidehollow Strix, because if we can start to get going in the air with the Tidehollow Strix, I'm actually like pretty in for our board state. But that just has to happen. If we can go like untap, start 5ing him with the Strix, or 6ing him even with the Strix, I'm actually going to be alright with our spot. But right now, if his deck is just Counterspell, would be awesome. Predordain. Well, that'll be okay next turn. So we are beginning to pull away. I think, anyways. It feels like we are. Yeah, so he does realize that we have pulled too far away. Alright, so what do we want here? We definitely want the Echoing Decay. Do we want Freed from the Real? I don't think we do. He's going to have too much removal spells. We're just going to end up getting destroyed by it. We definitely want the Relic and the Nihil Spellbomb. What do we not want? We probably cut a Predordain, probably a Counterspell, and a Trinket Mage. Yeah. So that was pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with the way this deck has performed here. We basically did exactly what we wanted to do. Pretty happy about that, actually. The Trinket Mage combo, I guess, is pretty sweet. So we're going to get ready for game numero dos in just a second. So, I assume we're going to be on the draw. This hand is... I don't think we can keep this hand. This hand is better, but not by much. I'm going to keep. Man, our opponent had to mulligan a bunch twice. That's really unfortunate. I'm going to put this on the bottom. So our opponent's on back-to-back Mold of 5s, and he disconnected. Man, just never catch any breaks. Jungle Hollow, sure. Counterspell's a good one. I'll still lead up with the Dismal Backwater and pass. So this hand looks very strange. We're gonna go Lonely Sandbar, pass. No, he has pressure. Is another Butcher Ghoul. It is Butcher Ghoul. Alright. Oh, there's an island, which is probably what we're gonna... Yeah, we'll just play island. This Tandem Lookout, I don't really think has... It's not blocking any which way here. I think this one's okay. I think like we can Echoing Decay if he has 2 of them. No, he doesn't. So I think I'm just going to Echoing Decay this Festering Mummy. As ridiculous as that sounds. He's on not very many cards. And we have Counterspell. And this card is just so good against us. That I am going to take this opportunity. Oh, it'd be sick if it wasn't a May. That would be I got him. So here I'm just going to... We want to keep up the Counterspell, so I'm just going to play Barren Moore. Because, like, next turn, we're going to be able to play the Dimir Aqueduct and bounce the Barren Moore, and they can draw a card off of it, so I'm really not that worried. And this way it keeps Counterspell up, and we can cycle Lonely Sandbar if he doesn't do anything. So it's pretty good all around. Hopefully he has Ghoul Razor here, we can Counterspell it. That would pretty much lock this game up. Ah, well, not quite, but it would be very good. Or he has that return a sign. What count of this? Probably. He's on 5 cards, like, I don't think there's any reason to give him cards for free there. He could just have the return a zombie draw card thing now, and that would be arguably worse than Sign of Blood for us. We'll take the 1. This is a Dismal Backwater. We are just going to do what? Well, we play Tandem Lookout and Dimir Aqueduct, the Barren Moore back to our hand. I gotta assume this thing's just dead. This is a combination, though. One of my favorite things in Pauper is bounce landing back to cycle lands. It's just, ooh, it's a nice. Is Tragic Slipped? No Tragic Slip. Well, we will be eating 1 from this Butcher Ghoul all day. We got a lot of looks at a lot of cards next turn, so hopefully we can do something. It would be nice if he doesn't have a guy, or our guy's just dead. No. Oh, yeah, big time. Bye-bye, Chain. Bye-bye, Tandem Lookout. He's on 1 card, so we do need to find some action. Oh, look at this. This is a good Evolving Wilds. I like that one. Typhoid Rats is some amount of action. I'm going to cycle this. I'm going to cycle them both and see what we can find. That's pretty good. That one's also pretty good. Okay, well, fortunately we cannot play both the Strix and the Rats, so I'm just going to play the Strix to be more mana efficient and ship the turn. I don't expect this Strix to live, but we'll see. Next turn we can play Thorn plus Typhoid Rats, which has got to be good. Ooh, another China's Edict. We will take that. Luckily, Thorn matches up very well with Butcher Ghoul, and he's got no cards in hand now. It's just going to be a swamp. I didn't want him to time out, and he may time out in terms of, you know, not having any creatures. Like, we may not actually win the game, but the game is pretty much going to be locked up here in a just quick second. Especially now that we have this Phyrexian Arena on lock. Drew a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 7 mana, so we can Chainer's Edict us. But that means we just sacrifice the Strix. He could have something, but I don't expect it's going to be very much. He could have Chainer's Edict plus Tragic Slip. That would be really bad. Oh, he just drew another Chainer's Edict. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't flash that one back, which is good for us. That could have been really bad. If he drew Tragic Slip there, we would actually become super behind, because he gets to become the Monarch, and then we can't become the Monarch back for a couple of turns, so. We'll block. Two. Tap. We draw as a Ponder, which is always good. Absolutely play it. So I'm gonna go this one, this one, this one, Not shuffle. Play another ponder. This one, this one. I'm going to shuffle that one. Nihil Spellbomb is not the worst. Gets 3 Chainer's Edicts. I'll take that. Typhoid Rats. And we're definitely just going to pop the Nihil Spellbomb now. It literally denies him 3 cards. And he draws us a card, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. And we'll play this Relic just because we have it. You're probably like, why does he have so many different... He's on pretty much no cards now, and we just get to sit this thing out, draw cards every turn. Yeah, this is pretty bad for our opponent. I would expect him to concede at some point soon. This deck's pretty cool, actually. This actually turned out to be maybe a worse matchup than I thought when we started. But, yeah, this is pretty cool. So that was round 1, guys. I'll see you back for round number 2 with Dimir Longbow. Alright, guys, we're here for round number 2, playing some Dimir Longbow. It's really funny. This hand looks like when you first start playing Magic, you're like, I'm going to build the Mono Black Death Toucher deck. But we do have blue cards in our deck, don't worry. So we are playing against a guy who has good taste in basic lands. So we might be in trouble. We'll see. Azimuth. Ooh, a Simic Growth Chamber. You don't see Simic Growth Chamber very often. I'm pretty in for whatever our opponent's going to do. Dismal Backwater is a good one there. Look at this. We get First Blood, too. There should be like on Magic Online, there should be specific like things, like depending, you get like points in a month, like X amount of First Bloods, and there's like First Blood. That'd be pretty sweet. That was lame. I apologize. What do we got? This is a Shamble Shark. Ooh, Shore Crasher Mimic. Man, you play against the sweet decks late at night. Both green. It was a 5/3 with Trample. Well, it's not very good for us. An island. Well, we'll play the island, play the Predordain. We need to find some amount of Viridian Longbow. Oh, there it is. Okay. We're actually going to go top. Top and top. We're going to play the Ponder. Ooh, these are all good. Okay. Gonna go. Guess we want here, here, here. No shuffles. We'll play the Longbow. Alright, and ship the turn. No attacks from us. We do not want to trade with your Shore Crasher Mimic. We might be taking 5 here. There's a pretty good chance. Oh my god, this deck is sick. I love Coiling Oracle. Coiling Oracle is the type of card that, like, whenever I cube and I see Coiling Oracle, I'm just always just snap in. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm just... what is Favor of the Overbeing? Oh, we're gonna get wrecked. Well, we're taking about 1 million here. So, like... Oh, we just played on one of those. Okay. Taking a metric ton this turn? So, to cast the Predordain, this one on the bottom, this one on the top. Then we're going to equip. The problem here is that he's just going to have 1 million big guys. The good news is we can block and kill. We can kill 2, which is pretty sweet. No! No! Lose all bill. Alright, well. This one's going down. I put that ponder in the wrong order, unfortunately. I should have wanted to draw the Typhoid Rats. We have an 0-4 now, which is pretty nice. It doesn't have Death Touch, which is pretty sucky. So this thing's going to get Flying and Vigilance. We're just getting smacked for 1,000,000 here. There's 3 cards in hand. We're going to get smacked for 7. 8 even. Down to 8. Okay. Well. Counterspell is a good one there. I think I actually just have to play it, I think. I play this thing for sure. The question is, do I play Thorn? This thing, the thing's hitting us 100%. I don't think I can play Thorn. Because then he can just leave the Oracle there. Yeah. I do get to kill the Oracle for free. Maybe it was better. I think just keeping up the Counterspell. We get to keep Counterspell up next turn as well, which is good. So I probably just have to on that thing. It's on this thing. Is this what? Why can't loses all abilities? But is that how that works? Hey, all right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna die if it resolves, so I have to counter it. I'm still taking 1,000,000. If he has anything, I'm still dead. So this is not good for us. I'm in for this guy's deck, though. It's pretty sweet. Is this? I don't know how this. I wonder. I guess it is an ability. No, don't have another one. What is this? I'm just ultra dead. Oh wait. Oh, it's a trample. Okay, actually, it doesn't. It currently does not break through my Typhoid Rats. That's good. Joke's on him. He probably should have put it on the Shortcast Mimic. Like, I assume I'm just dead either way, but maybe I'm not, and maybe we're okay. 1 card in hand? If we get to untap, I don't love our spot, but I don't hate it. Pharika's chosen. So we're gonna equip this thing here. Lacadios. I want to play this thing. I guess we just pass. Don't know what he could have here. I'm gonna try it now. See what happens. Sick. That worked. Okay, good. The question is are we going to make the comeback? If we get to untap, I like our chances. Alright. I'm definitely putting this thing in front as well. Might have a pump spell and we're dead. But I don't think there was anything we really could do about that. So. Oh. 3. Oh, I guess if we just wait. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's just because we're bad. No! We die. I was not thinking about snake form. But you know what? I should have been. I definitely should have been thinking about snake form. So that kind of sucks. That definitely sucks. We're going to take 1 trample, and we are going to die. I guess that's just like the incorrect way to play that, right? That's just how that goes. So, ah well. Okay, well, I don't want the Trinket Mages, as many anyways. We got a Bonesplitter in that case. Maybe play a Duress. Sure. We'll like that. We were just like trying to be a little too, not cute, we were just like shortcutting too fast there. I would like to play first. We have a Ponder with a land. I'm going to keep. Play Dismal Backwater and ship the turn. Oh, I'm going to get burned about that one in the YouTube comments. Big time. Big time. Island into Ponder. So lucky. So we have a couple Death Touchers with a Trinket Mage, which is good. We would like this to be a Viridian Longbow, but other than that, I think I'm okay. What did he do with that? Not shuffle. So lucky. Barren Moore. Sure. Actually, maybe I'll just play the Death Toucher. Yeah, I think that's actually probably better. I think just playing that makes more sense. Because with the Ponder, I'm just trying to hit a land drop. And getting go to head is pretty powerful. Especially if he has this 2-1 here. Doesn't he has Coiling Oracle? Sure. What does he reveal? Simic Guildgate. So why did that go into play? Because Coiling Oracle is awesome. Tidehollow Strix. So now I'm going to Ponder. Dimir Aqueduct is pretty much the best draw there. So we're going to go this one, this one, this one. No shuffle. Play this. Bounce this thing. Play this. And attack here. He wants to block, he can block, but I assume he just has a button. Yeah, okay. Okay. Maybe that was wrong. I don't know. It feels like kind of a bad trade, but our hand is just jammed with guys, so. Farhaven Elf. Man, that is so much value. The best thing about Simic is Simic stuff always looks so sweet. Like, Coiling Oracle is sick. It like either draws you a card or Rampant Growth too. Both of those things are sweet. Farhaven Elf is just a Rampant Growth. Card is sweet. Sweet to blink. There's like, what is it? Urban. The card from like Gate Crash. It's like draw 3, play an extra land. Like, Simic cards are always so sick. Predordain. I just think we're gonna just Tidehollow Strix here. We know what's on top. We don't really want it right now. And we'll play a Bonesplitter. So next turn we get to play Trinket Mage, plus equip Bonesplitter and attack for 4, depending on what he does. That was visionary. Man. This deck's just full of value. Value. 3 mana? Oh no! Well, luckily. Luckily. That was a 2-for-1. I'll take it. Pharika's chosen. Okay, so now I think this is just a little too risky. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play the Trinket Mage. Get Viridian Longbow. And then play Predordain. I'm going to put this on top. Oh! Oh no. Oh, that sucked. That sucked big time. Oh, the misclicks are real. Oh, that sucked. Oh man, we'd be in so good shape, but we could have drawn that island. Ah. Well, luckily, I still like our spot. He does have a million cards in hand and a million lands in play. Elephant Guy? No! I'm definitely taking 4. Alright. Alright, Viridian Longbow, you're up. Oh, we definitely should have attacked there too. Yep. Yep. Oh, Visionary, draws card. Farhaven Elf, Mantle. Yeah, I'm still liking where we're at here, though. You might have turned a snake or whatever. No, he doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Makes an elephant. Yep. There is a seat of the Synod, which is good. So we're gonna play Tidehollow Strix here, along with Pharika's chosen, and leave up the Counterspell. So now I think we're in really good shape. Even though we screwed up with the Counterspell, I still think we're in fantastic shape, especially with this Counterspell up. And it looks like our opponent's drawn a lot of lands. That one we unfortunately have to counter. It feels really bad, but we definitely do. I'm glad that we had the Counterspell there, though. So we're going to do this now. Yep. Okay, that worked. Perfect. Oh, just Slippery Boggle too. Okay, well. Luckily we have a bunch of Death Touch creatures. We'd like a land here so we can equip the Tidehollow Strix. It's kind of what we're hoping for. Probably just want this Counterspell, actually. Top and top. And we'll just try to fade a turn, I guess. The question is if he gives us Slippery Boggle. No, I don't think it's worth it at this point. We'll see, though. Maybe we just get super punished. But like, if he draws that thing that gives a plus one vigilance and light and flying, we want to have a blocker for it, I think. And I think we're the control deck. So just Typhoid Rats a creature in a turn, and then we can start eventually attacking. Vault of Whispers. Okay. So now we'll ponder here. I don't really want any of those cards. I don't really want Dismal Backwater either, but them's the breaks. Well, obviously we didn't attack. Alright, this has been a fantastic game for us. Okay, well, Tandem Lookout was a fantastic draw. Our deck continues to just help us, even though we continually misclick and Ubu. Yeah, so he kind of saw the writing on the walls there. So this deck kind of creates a situation. So the fact that he has the Boggle plan kind of scares me now. I still want the Echoing Decay. I still want the Echoing Truth. I think this is fine. Alright, no misclicks. Okay, so we have the Counterspell. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. I'm going to keep. Our opponent also kept, so that's good. Hopefully we get a good game here. Hopefully this isn't Slippery Boggle. Eee, that's not good. Okay, well, I think the best course of action here is to jam out Tidehollow Strix. Hopefully we just don't just die. There's a chance we just die with this thing. Ugh. Okay. Play this thing, I guess. This happens to be a good blocker, luckily. But it is going to be tough to deal with the old boggles. Yep, Elves Visionary, sure. I'm not even sure if he attacks here. Might just not have a third land either, which would be good for us. I don't think you can attack here. Seems really greedy. Yeah, didn't think so. Another Tidehollow Strix is a good draw. Okay. So I think I want to keep up the Counterspell, so I'll just play Predordain. Definitely not playing Tandem Lookout. It's a matter of I don't want both of these. I probably don't want the Ponder. We can keep this one on top. Okay, so it's a matter of whether or not we play Tidehollow Strix. I think I am. 3. Kind of got to put pressure on him eventually here. I'll hold both of them back depending on what he has. Another Elf Visionary, which we can get with the Echoing Decay, which is pretty cool. Doesn't feel too bad. So I definitely don't think he can attack us. Yeah, good. Okay. Ooh, Echoing Truth is quite decent, I think. So I'll hold off on a turn. I'm just going to Preordain. Find a land for next turn. Putting this on the bottom. I think I'm going to put this on the bottom. I'm trying to find a land. Probably fine with the Echoing Truth. Gonna go what? Gonna go this one, this one, this one. No. Keep them both back again. That's kind of unfortunate. This draw is like not the worst for us, but it's also there's a Simic Growth Chamber. So his mana troubles are over. Luckily, it's a tap land. Well, if that's the case, I'm just gonna kill both of them. So now I'm gonna play Tandem Lookout. So now he's kind of taxed into blocking the one Tidehollow Strix. Yeah, which we will freely take the extra card that we knew about. So with this counterspell up, I'm feeling fair. Yeah, that will resolve. I'm pretty confident in what's going on right now. Yep. Let's cycle that, sure. Nature's Claim. I think I'm gonna counterspell that. I would like the 4 life, but I would rather keep my Strix. Dimir Aqueduct, you say? Well, we'll play the Typhoid Rats for sure. Attack with the Strix. Island is not fantastic, but it is a thing, I guess. The best part here is that if he attacks with the Slippery Boggle, we can bounce this thing, so we can get it to trade with the Typhoid Rats, which is what we're wanting to happen. He's not a fan of the Tandem Lookout. Cartouche of Strength. We just bounce the Elvish Visionary back to his hand, probably? I think we do. I think that's the safest thing. He's gonna get to draw a card off of it, but I think that's okay. He doesn't get to play it again this turn. The Cartouche of Strength dies. Yeah, this is, I think, just the safest way to do that. Predordain is always welcome in the House of Pauper Ponderings. On the bottom and this on the top. I want to play it. I want to equip it here. And we're going to attack for 4. And see if now is the time he blocks. He does not. I am all interested in continuing to do this. Turn this island, and then we're going to equip this to this. Not that it really matters. We have a lot of lands, so there's that Elvish Visionary again. Draws another card. We need to draw something eventually. Viridian Longbow. There's a Lignify, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I guess we're really lucky that he didn't realize we had all lands in our hand.
Wow, we were drawing just horrifically. But we got there, guys, so we are 2-0 with Dimir Longbow. Hopefully we can go 3-0. We're not going to hold our breath. We'll see you back for round number 3 in just a little bit. Alright, guys, we're here for round number 3, trying to go 3-0. We unfortunately had to multi 5, though, so we'll see. We'll see. We're playing against Jawa Jack, and he's got a peat bog. I'm not quite sure what peat bog means. We're going to play Dismal Backwater and ship the turn. So what could our friend Jawa Jack be doing here? Bloodfell Caves. Okay. We're going to play a Swamp, and we're going to play Tidehollow Strix. Let's see what happens. Can't get him to use a depletion counter. There's a mountain. A very nice mountain at that. Two red. For what? Ooh. Ooh, a little bit of a reanimator strategy. Okay, I can dig that. What else do we got here? I like this shovel. For some reason, that shovel looks really weird. Oh. No. Dragon Breath is really cool, actually. It's an aura, and then when a creature comes into play for a mana cost 6 or greater, it automatically equips to it. So it's going to give something like an Ulamog's Crusher haste, which I assume is what he's going to be trying to do. We're going to go ahead and Predordain. Counterspell is a little too late, but we are going to keep them on top. And we are going to play Viridian Longbow. We are going to play Dimir Aqueducts. We are going to return this land to our hand. And we are going to... the question here is if he has Ulamog's Crusher. We have to... I think we need to actually just pass. Because if he has Ulamog's Crusher, and if we don't have a blocker, we're going to be in really bad shape. If we get to untap here with Tidehollow Strix, I like our chances, but... he might just have removal spell for the Tidehollow Strix, and it won't matter, but... So it only is... Yeah, okay. Now I have to assume this is reanimating in play. It's too bad we didn't have the ability to have it to blue. Maybe he can't put it into play. That would be really sweet. Red. Okay. Alright, well, maybe he's digging for it. I like that. Discarded Ulamog's Crusher and Crumbling Vestige. One time. Don't have it. Doesn't have it. Excellent. Okay, well that is good for our hero. Very good indeed. Thorn of the Black Rose is a good magic card. Alright, so... we're just going to keep the counterspell up, I think. I think it's the safest at this point. Okay. Red and the black. Draw a card. Yep. Another Manamorphose, yep. Insolent Neonate, sure. Another Insolent Neonate, sure. Another Insolent Neonate, sure. Alright, Seat of the Synod was a good draw. Allows us to do that. It allows us to pass the turn and to start setting up for the Thorn that we're going to play in a couple of turns. So now we have two ways to stop the Ulamog's Crusher coming into play, which is good. Yeah, doesn't do anything. We'll take the 2 down to 19. Yeah, Nihil Spellbomb will resolve. Quite the deck. I do like me a Crumbling Vestige, I will say that. 3 mana. Stinkweed Imp. Okay. The black floating. Ooh, a Sandstone Needle. This deck is very interesting, to say the least. This is definitely where I'm happy to have counterspells in my deck. Ooh, Gurmag Angler. Oh, we're going to let that one resolve. Thankfully, we have the Tidehollow Sculler. We'll get Dragon Breath. Yep. We'll play this, and then we're going to play Thorn. He's going to hit our graveyard. Yep. Goodbye, Predordain. Draw a card, sure. So now, what is our opponent going to do? I actually forgot that Insulinina has Menace randomly, so he actually can get the Monarch back here, but not anymore. Just got a Cathartic Reunion, sure. So we actually kind of got lucky there. He played a little bit loose into this Thorn. So he decides to attack with here. He attacks with both. Okay. One block here. And I'm going to shoot this thing. Let's see what happens. Sure. Luckily, we're not playing in 2005, and my Tidehollow Strix will still deal damage even if it's tapped. Sweet. Stinkweed Imp. Sure. Alright, so we just get to keep drawing cards. Yeah, so he realizes that he's pretty much under the soft lock. This deck is very good. Alright, so we have Relic of Progenitus and Nihil Spellbomb. We're probably going to want the Duresses as well. And probably this Echoing Truth. And probably the Hydroblasts, actually. And I think I'm going to cut maybe 2 Counterspells, some amount of the Trinket Mages. Maybe one of these and some of these Bonesplitters. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So the Hydroblasts are going to allow us to... I think catching the front half of either a Cathartic Reunion or Tormenting Voice is actually very, very good. So that's hopefully what we're going to try to do here. And we actually won that on a mold of 5. That was pretty sweet. Okay, so we have the Relic, which is good. The question is do I jam it on turn 1 off of this Ash Barrens? Well, I think it'll depend on what he does. So he molded a 6. So on a mold of 6, any sort of mulligan, you definitely want to limit their resources as much as possible. I think I am just going to jam the Relic. And this may end up being a little too greedy, but the nice thing is I have Aqueduct. So I get to return it and use it if I want anyways. Which is what I'm going to do now. Look at this combo. She doesn't have any black, so maybe that's an issue for him. So hopefully we get to go Predordain, Pharika's Chosen, and hold up Relic. Oh, maybe we're just dead. Oh, it's just a Stinkweed Imp. Okay, I will be okay with that. So we want to Predordain. I'm going to bottom this one, and I'll top this one. We're going to keep up the Relic from now on. I don't think that it's worth it not to. But we're definitely afforded the luxury of being able to, so. And we definitely forgot to activate Relic on the end of this turn. We're really good at Magic. That is a Dragon Breath. That has a lot of fire breathings. Luckily, we get the old Tidehollow Strix next turn. Man, talk about fair magic. This is some fair magic. Wow, he's just making it a 4-3 or a 4-2. You know what? Good on this guy. You know what, guys? I don't want to say it a little too early, but I actually think we're going to 3-0 with this deck. Just to be ultra conservative, we're going to leave up the Counterspell again and play this Tidehollow Strix. And attack with the Pharika's Chosen. I'm not sure what world would have to exist for us to block here, though. I'm pretty into eat 4. He does attack. Even, you know what? Actually, I think I'm going to eat 4 here. Or I'm going to block. We're so far ahead. We just, like, taking nothing points of damage is just yeah, and he realized what was up there. We blocked. Well, this was sweet, guys. We were able to go 3-0 with Dimir Longbow, maybe a couple of early concessions, But I do think this deck is quite good, and like we were not losing this game. Look at our hand. We have the ability to go get Longbow, we have a Counterspell, we have a Relic. This game's just over. And I think that I'm going to talk about it in the conclusion a little more, but this deck is a perfect example of why something like this is good. And lastly, when we played Dragon Control, that deck was bad. I'll be back in just a couple of seconds for the conclusion, and we'll talk about the first 3-0 of Season 2 for Pauper Ponderings. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we did it. We went 3-0 for the first time in Season 2 with Dimir Longbow. And I got to say, this is by far the best deck that I have played in Pauper Ponderings. We even played fairly poorly in round 2 in game 2. We were still able to get out on top. I really, really like playing this deck. So this deck feels like just a better version of the deck we played last week. We had a kind of a lock strategy with a lot of removal spells, but we have the ability to actually end the game. Now, none of our opponents actually made us end the game, so maybe that is a weakness of this deck. There isn't a lot of ways to deal actual damage in this deck. A lot of our creatures have very low power, but we were able to lock the game up in almost all of those situations. Now, we didn't play against any sort of deck that didn't really rely on creatures, but we were really able to push the pace and lock our opponents out of doing almost anything. That last round where we played against the Red-Black Reanimator deck, we even multi 5 in game 1 and were able to win that match. So I really like this deck. It does a lot of really good things. Again, when we're backed up by 4 Ponders, 4 Predordains, and 4 Counterspells, it's going to be pretty hard to make a terrible deck. And then when you add on this kind of recurable creature removal, it becomes very, very good. Also having this package of the Tandem Lookouts, the Tandem Lookouts, the Trinket Mage, and then along with the Bonesplitters, this deck really does a good job. And Reality Checker 27, thank you very much for this deck. It easily the best deck of Season 2, and I think it probably is right up there into the top 5 of Pauper Ponderings decks of all time. So, tell me what you thought of this deck. Obviously, make fun of me for those misplays. Thanks for watching, guys. Next week, I'll be back with Pauper Ponderings Christmas Edition. You'll have to see. And a Top 10 Christmas Edition. So there'll be 2 videos next week in the spirit of Christmas and the holidays. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. As well, make sure you check us out online, www.themanabase.com. Again, I am Austin. This was Pauper Ponderings, and I'll see you all next week. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year.